What up, sports fans? I'm Paulo Camacho, and this is the Macho Sports Report, where I talk to you about the sports stories that matter to me, and hopefully matter to you. So, sure was an interesting sports weekend, wasn't it? God, I love this time of year. NBA is in full swing. The college football playoff landscape is coming together. The NFL is entering its second half. And that's not even counting that crazy Rousey Holm fight. Let's run it down. You know, if the Big 12 and Pac-12 conferences want into the college football playoff, they sure aren't making it easy for themselves. In fact, the two conferences are basically eating each other alive. From the inside out. Oklahoma upset then undefeated Baylor on Saturday 44-34 to leave both teams with one loss. While Okie State remains the lone undefeated team in the Big 12, yet to play the other powers in the conference. Meanwhile, Stanford, the Pac-12's best chance of putting a team in the playoff, was upset by the Oregon Ducks, leaving every team in the conference with at least 2 losses. I'm not one to advocate the whole root for your conference thing, but you have to wonder what the heads of each conference are thinking right now, considering, the long-term success of the Big 12 and the Pac-12 are at stake. Maybe they should just combine both conferences, kind of like they were planning on doing back in 2011. Just saying. What superlatives have not already been said about Steph Curry? No, not Seth Curry. I said Steph Curry. Jeez, editor, get it together. He's the ringleader of a Warriors team, off to its best start in franchise history. He's practically a video game player come to life, as accurate as he is shooting the ball. So accurate and so consistent, for that matter, that he just passed his father, Del Curry, who wasn't too shabby himself beyond the arc, for 43rd on the all-time three-pointers made list. Steph currently has 1,248 three-pointers made, tied with Derek Fisher. And boy, it's gonna be fun to see who else he passes throughout his career. Hey, speaking of all-time records, Broncos QB Peyton Manning hit yet another milestone in his waning career. On Sunday's game against the Chiefs, Manning passed Brett Favre for the all-time lead in career passing yards. He finished with a career mark of 71,871 passing yards, though he only really needed 3 passing yards to accomplish the feat. He actually finished with 35 passing yards on the day in a 13-29 loss. Why so little? Well, that's the thing. Manning probably had one of his worst performances ever on Sunday. He finished with 0 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, and was benched late in the third quarter. Ouch, Peyton. At least you got that record, though. On the other end of the NFL's all-time great QB spectrum, you had Tom Brady and the undefeated New England Patriots, exorcising some demons against the New York Giants, whom they have lost to 4 straight times before Sunday's game. The team struggled for most of the game against a scrappy Giants squad, and with less than 2 minutes to go, they were down by 2. Sure, there were a couple of breaks for the Patriots offense on that last drive, but Brady was Brady, marching the team down the field, enough for a last-second game-winning field goal. Talk about juxtapositions, am I right? While Manning's career looks to be winding down, Brady's career seems to have hit yet another renaissance. God, you have no idea how annoying I think that is. I mean, good stuff, Tom, but ugh. Hey, who had Holly Holm in a knockout? I sure as hell didn't. Neither did the vast majority of the mainstream audience watching UFC 193. I mean, this was 12-0, dominant judo champion, cultural icon, rowdy Ronda Rousey. I think it's safe to say that, despite her arrogance on and off the octagon floor, she had the game to back up what might have been the greatest UFC women's career ever. She even proved in her last bout that she can even beat opponents standing up. Sorry, Beth Correa, but wow. No one expected what would happen on Saturday night. For whatever reason, Rousey tried to stand up fight her undefeated opponent, 34-year-old boxing champion, and Amy Schumer doppelganger, Holly Holm. And suffice it to say, she didn't look very good doing it. Holm kept finding openings to hurt Rousey in the first round, and Rousey couldn't find any openings to take her to the ground. Her bread and butter fighting strategy. Then, the second round came around. Something many of us hadn't seen in a Rousey fight in a long time. And that's when that goddamn kick happened. The kick that shocked the MMA world. Lights out for Rousey and a new undefeated women's champ in Holm. Congrats to Holly for a dominating win. And here's hoping for a lengthy reign. As for Rousey, hopefully she can lick her wounds and come back stronger. Because, wow, this was the worst look she's had in her entire career. Well, that's all I got. What did you think was the biggest event of the sporting weekend? And what did I miss? Let me know in the comment section below. I'm Paulo Camacho, and this has been the Macho Sports Report. Peace out, sports fans!